back to Previous Channel. Today we are diving into a city built by slaves called Cape Town, documented by an African travel creator named Wodemayo. Where is Cape Town and how beautiful is it? Cape Town is a city located in South Africa. It's situated at the southern tip of Africa near the Cape of Good Hope. Cape Town is known for its stunning natural beauty, iconic landmarks like Table Mountain. You can check this in one of my videos and vibrant culture. It is a popular tourist destination and an important urban center in South Africa. History behind Cape Town. Cape Town is one of the capital cities of South Africa, which has a complex history. Cape Town was the home of the Khoisan, the original owners of the land, which were made out of two groups, the Khoikhoi and the San. The Khoikhoi and the herders, while the San and the hunters gatherers. In 1652, the Dutch East India Company established a settlement at Cape Town, which became a strategic stopover for ships traveling between Europe and Asia. The Dutch expanded their settlement, and Cape Town became a key location for the Dutch East India Company trade and exploration activities. In the late 18th century, the British took over Cape Town from the Dutch during the Napoleon Wars. The British expanded the city's infrastructure, economy, and population, and Cape Town became an important center for trade and commerce. Next is the arrival of slaves. In 1652, the Dutch East India Company established a settlement at Cape Town, and with it, the need for labor arose. The Dutch East India Company initially brought enslaved people from other parts of Africa and Asia to work on infrastructure projects such as building the Castle of Good Hope, which is now a prominent landmark in the city. Next is the origin of slaves. Slaves brought in Cape Town were from different regions like India and Ceylon, that is Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, Madagascar, East Africa, and West Africa. Slaves brought various skills too, Cape Town like artisans, farmers, and domestic workers. Next is the naming of slaves in Cape Town. Slaves were often given names by their Dutch colonizers whenever they arrived, but many were given by the month or the day of week they arrived. Some were based on the origin, while record keeping of slaves was inconsistent due to tracking their histories was a big challenge. Next is the Company Gardens. The Company Gardens has a rich history dating back to 1650s. Wademeyer was amazed to hear that the Company Garden, which was set up by the Dutch, is the heart of Cape Town. It is because of the Company Gardens that made Cape Town to be in this place and also be established. It is the first place where the slaves settled, the root of the city, what the Maya's historian also confirmed. When they identified this place, they didn't know how long they are going to settle here, but they ultimately settled for a period of slightly over 9 months. Then they were rescued by Jan van Rebe. They also recommended this place as a place that would make a lot of business sense for the Dutch East India Company to set up a refreshment station at the Cape, which will in turn provide free supplies of food, water, and medical services to all the sailors. Next is the slave lodge. The slave lodge was built in 1679. It housed the slaves who belonged to the Dutch East India Company. Very little was known of the people who lived at the lodge, and only around half of their names and nothing more than their names and their dates of death. Today, the lodge is a museum that tells the story and commemorates the history of slavery in South Africa and further afield. Proper selection of slaves were also done here. This place has more over 4,000 slaves until it was then under the British because the British were also part of the political leadership at the Cape. This also blew the mind of Wodimai. Next is slaves living like sardines. Wodimai was also shocked to hear that slaves were living like sardines and they were treated and cram like other animals, examples, cows, donkeys, etc. In the slave trade here, this was where they were being auctioned. So the government decided to cut it down and build a monument there so that it will last forever. They were also advertised in the local newspaper like any other store. Wow, what an emotional experience. Next is the abolishment of slavery. This also marveled Wodimai to hear from the historian that the news of abolishment was slavery was kept away from the slaves. Instead, they were told that they will now be free after completing their second phase as an apprentice under a different title. They were not even allowed to watch or own a television so that they wouldn't know what was happening in other parts of the world like Zimbabwe, Malawi. they finally discovered it. I thank God we are now free people. Next is, how did they build this beautiful city? This slave played a crucial role in building Cape Town, bringing various skills like and expertise like skilled craftsmen who are artisans like masons, carpenters, bakers, and potters who help construct buildings and infrastructure. They build structures like the slave lodge, grew vegetable and other crops for the settlement and passing ships, the works in household and other tasks. Next is disagreement between the Dutch and the Khoisan. Friends, here is another shocking moment. There was a very positive relationship between these two groups, the Dutch and the Khoisan. They were very strong in their relationship, but the relationship later deteriorated as the Dutch settlement expanded. Conflict rose over land and resources. The Dutch people subdued the Khoisan and the San people, seizing their traditional territory. The people started grabbing land which did not belong to them and encouraging Dutch farmers to move to the Cape. Three conflicts erupted as a result of this. Many lives of the Khoisan were lost. Next is Fun Fast. I was so excited and motivated by this What the Miles documentary. Seeing the four enslaved brought to Cape Town like the Table Mountain, Cape of Good Hope, Wine Region, Boulders, Beach Penguins, Kestimbosch Botanical Gardens, and Cape Town Cycle Tours. Wow, can you imagine the fun slaves brought to Cape Town, which many other which many other people, even from other countries, are enjoying? See how slaves turned this city around. Thanks for watching, and a bigger thank you to Wodemaya for this amazing documentary. Please do well to subscribe. Your subscription is a big motivation to me. Like and comment. Bye. See you in my next video for more incredible content. Stay splendid.